Hey guys, TacoMage here, and welcome back to Rimworld. Season 2, as it were. Well, that last colony certainly ended on a note. I would call that RNG at its finest. The fact that not only did I get a Thrumbo wander onto my map and just kind of hang out around, but then Monacan has a mental break, goes berserk, attacks it, and that wipes the colony. That's basically wonderful. That's why I play this kind of game, is for those kinds of things, because, you know, losing is fun. But this time, we're going to start a new colony here, and this time I want to do the Lost Tribe start. Now, the Lost Tribe start is quite a bit different than Crash Landed. Co-pilot's running around here. He was sitting in his chair, but now he's attacking the door. I don't know if you can hear that. He found one of his toys. But anyway, we're going to go with the tribes, which is different. We're going to go intense again, because that ended so well last time. We're going to keep our seed as Crunchy. I want the same world, but we're going to pick a different spot, I think. Crunchy, and we'll generate. So the difference in this world is that you have a lot more people to start with, but you have a lot less things to start with. And I need to also get my timer out here. I just realized. Set that guy to 25 minutes real quick. All right, so as I was saying, the start for this is quite a bit different in that you're missing some technologies. You don't start with as much food. I'm going to look for a mountain this time. Slate and marble. I'd like a couple of different types of limestone, marble, and such. I'd like slate, marble, and limestone. There we go. There's a good spot. We'll pick that one. So anyway, you start with 5 people rather than 3, but you also don't have any kind of like useful technologies. Like you can't do power. You don't have decent weapons. You also start with a lot less food, and really all you get is some tribal weapons and some wood to start. And let's check out who we got here. We'll pick one for each of my buddies in ILabs. Let's see. This is a good grower. Incapable of none good, but a night owl. Cold lover. Ooh, good. And a psychopath. All right, we're going to make this Taco Mage. There we go. I will be the psychopath. Why not? I have no idea what this does. No empathy. The suffering of others doesn't bother her at all. Oh, it's her. Well, that's fine. She doesn't mind if others are butchered, left unburied, imprisoned, or sold to slavery, unless it affects her. She also feels no mood boost from socializing. All right, sure. That's going to be Taco Mage, I guess. So we've also got Elephant Bren, incapable of none, also a psychopath. Are all of these people psychopaths? No, but 2 of them are. That's great. Psychically sensitive and a teetotaler, which means so avoids drugs. Okay, that's fine. Not really, I guess, an animal handler, but not really shining in any other area. It does have a, excuse me, does have a wife. That's cool. So we'll make this one Toasty. Toasty can be the other psychopath. That's just, you know, that's ILabs summarized right there. Another person, kind of jack of all trades, fast walker, iron willed, ascetic, good construction, but not really not really a, what's the word? Not really any passion for it, but that's okay. Otherwise, overall, not a bad. Again, another jack of all trades. We'll make this Monacan. There we go. Who else do we got here? Whole body, malnutrition, that's fine. Incapable of social, that's fine, we don't need it. But good shot, good grower. Man, we got a lot of growing here. No research. Let's see, careful shooter. Needs more time to focus, but a good shot. So something, maybe that'd be good for like an LMG or something, I'm not sure. Proselyphobe. Bionic body parts are unethical, so if they lose a body part, it's going to be pig leg time. And a jogger. Kitty, I get it. What did you do? Did you throw your thing over the gate? How the heck did you manage that? Get in your chair, dude. Get in your chair. Stop bothering me. All right, co-pilot is in his chair. I wonder how long he'll stay there. So this one's going to be, let's make that null sword. There we go. And Whale Keeper. Cold tolerant and gay. Again, lots of jacks of all trades this time. We have, you know, a couple of really good, like, points here. We have a lot of growing in this group. He's already out of the chair. It's going to be another episode of co-pilot just bugging the snot out of me, isn't it? Yeah, I see you staring at me there. Jeez, what is with you tonight, cat? All right, so whale is going to be... Yeah, we're going to make this hollow halls. Hollow halls. No, oh, that's right, hollow. All right, so let's just go ahead and start. Now, if you're going to play Rimworld, I highly recommend that you do not do what I just did, which is take the random characters. Unless you're into the Dwarf Fortress, you know, losing is fun. Because this is the perfect way to lose a map, because I've actually got a very bad distribution of skills. I've got a lot of growing and not a lot else. I got, you know, the one shooting, but I didn't really have a good crafter. I didn't really have a good, I don't think I had a good doctor, and I don't think I had a very good not crafter, but construction worker at all. And that's actually pretty bad, but I like the random nature of the characters. So, geez, cat. I like the random nature of the characters like that, so I just take them. Jeez, man, he is like spazzing out tonight. So yeah, if you're gonna really want to win the game, your best bet is to actually take the time, and we're just gonna unforbid all this stuff real quick. Take the time and randomize characters so that you have characters that can fit a lot of different roles, rather than having all your skills, you know, kind of like mine were, into one thing, and in this case growing. So we're just unforbidding all this stuff. Now, there's a little bit of a different start. Let's check our map here. Looks like we've got a very defensible map. We got a lot of mountain over here to dig into and fortify. But if we look, there are actually two very nice choke points. We've got this one up here, which I'll probably wall completely off, hopefully with a couple of thicknesses of wall. And then we've got this area down here, which we can also wall off through there and across here. So this is actually a very defensible map. On the downside, as far as a beginning structure, all of them are kind of outside that area, other than these kind of tiny ones that aren't going to really help. So we're going to have to build our own starting barracks, which will slow things down a little bit, but not bad. Now the start with tribals is actually much different, because you start with so little food that you're actually going to need to start hunting right away. So let's go into our work here, and I'm going to quickly cut through and do all the priorities. I'm basically just going to specialize everybody into the things they're good at and set some basic stuff. So I'm not going to make you guys watch that. I'm just going to do that real quick during a jump cut. Alright, so I got my work orders all set up. I also took the opportunity to start putting down some of the other things I'll need, like a couple of stockpile zones. And I also decided that we're going to use what's there of this little building to start our barracks. As you can see, these are my job priorities. I've got not a lot set. I decided to go kind of minimalistic, generalist to start here, and then I'll kind of narrow in on what I actually need done as we get into it. But right now, the two most important jobs are going to be growing, because I need to get my fields up pretty much as soon as possible, because I have so little food. It's important that I get food going as much or as quickly as possible, and that means I need the fields cleared right away, and I need them planted as soon as possible. As soon as those fields are planted, then I'm going to take my growers and start making them do other things. But while those two are working on the fields, I'm also going to start working on getting my constructions done with pretty much everybody else, minus any, you know, incidental jobs that come up in the meantime. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into structure here, and we're going to build this wall out. And it says I don't have enough wood, but I actually will. Let's build it out to there, bring it down. I think we're just going to use this here and bring it across like so. And we're going to put a door right there, and I think I'll put a door on both sides, honestly. That'll give them a little bit better access, I think. And then we, of course, let's start the process of them actually doing things. And I also need a whole bunch of wood to do this too, so we're just going to take a whole bunch of wood. Colonist needs bed, starvation, yep, that's fine. We have very, very little food, so that's not surprising. Anyway, we're going to need to get a wooden floor down. Actually, we can smooth some of this floor over here. So let's make sure we smooth all that, and then the rest of it is going to be wooden. This is actually steel structure, so I am eventually going to be pulling that steel down and replacing it with wooden structure, but for now, we're just going to leave everything where it is, because time is more important than steel at this point. Now, steel is going to become important pretty soon for something that I need to do, but so far... Oh, shoot. I need to actually put the growing zones down. So I've actually tried this tribal run a couple of times to varying degrees of success, and the issue that I kept running into in a lot of them was, one, the first pirate raid is a problem. I have a hard time, and I know I'm sorry, I'm peeing into my things really bad right now. But the first actual pirate raid is an issue. That one will kills me a lot if I get a bad one, like somebody with frag grenades. But the other thing that's a real problem is food. Starvation is a huge issue. And so what I'm going to do here, I'll put it back to normal speed for now. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to plant a lot more farm than I normally do, because I learned that doing 5 6x6 farm plots was nowhere near enough food. We hit starvation readily with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 6 8x8 farm plots, and I'm going to set them to largely different things. So we've got potato, corn, rice, strawberry plants. Strawberry is kind of an important one, even though the actual nutrition of strawberries isn't that high. They're the ones who get, what's the word? They ripen the soonest and start producing food, and that's actually pretty huge because food is an issue. And I think I'm going to do actually 2 strawberry plant plots. I'll probably, once we actually start getting some plants in, or I should say once we get better in the food department, I'll probably convert one of those back over to corn. And then I want to do one with, where is it? Heal root. Heal root? Heal root. I want to do one with heal root because we're going to need medicine. So Null Sword and Taco Mage are going to work on clearing all this out and getting those planted. That's what I need them doing right now, even though we have very, very little food. We have a little bit of pemmican over there, but you go through pemmican so fast that it's nothing that I can really count on a lot. Now, something else that I discovered, and that's going to save me a little bit of time, is that so far as keeping things from deteriorating, you need to have an indoor stockpile. However, that's not entirely true. What you need to do is have a roofed stockpile. It doesn't need to be indoors. So in order to save myself some time, at least in the beginning, in order to get to making rooms faster, because that's one of the other issues that that's the issue that I ran into in my first playthrough, is that not having any, so I'm looking for structure, not having any rooms, oh shoot, my thing just minimized there real quick, not having any rooms really ended up with some pretty substantial move debuffs. I probably need one there too. So what I'm instead going to do is I'm going to place down some pillars and just set this as a roofed area. So they'll build a roof over it, and that will keep anything that's placed in here from deteriorating. Now, keep in mind that there is a difference between deterioration and spoilage. Let's check out our animals too. Let's see, Yorkshire Terrier. We are actually going to butcher the Yorkshire Terrier because the Yorkshire Terrier is actually pretty useless. Now we got a Labrador Retriever and a Timberwolf, both of which can be very good. Now you're going to say, why are you going to butcher Sinbad, the Yorkshire Terrier? Because at this point he's a load. He has to be fed, and if I train him, he has to be fed even more. And so he'll probably get butchered once we get into hunting and, you know, like on day 2 or day 3 when we start needing food. So they're already planning away. That's actually pretty good. So unfortunately, the Yorkshire Terrier is as good as a meal. Now Ghostface and Det, as long as I can keep them both alive, again, they're kind of a plan B emergency source of meat. Let's just kick it up into, I don't want to kick it up into high gear yet because this is almost done and I want to get some beds in there pretty quick. So let's get to furniture, and I need, let's see, I'm going to need 6 beds because there's going to be a, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we can use this space for something like a joy. We'll make it like a little joy area over here. Put some joy stuff down. That we'll put 8. We'll put 7 beds because I just realized those are in the way. We're going to cancel those, move them over a bit, and then we'll have a little bit of extra room. So we want to put the beds actually so they're out of the way of the main thoroughfare there, or thoroughfare. Like so. We need a couple of animal sleeping boxes. We'll just put 2 over there. We should only need 2. And then a little bit of joy. Let's get a furniture. Not furniture, it's joy. We're going to need a chest table. We'll put a chest table over here. And what we need? We need some chairs. So we'll put a dining chair here and a dining chair there. And down over here we'll put a light. So we need some... It's not power. Is it in furniture? I think it's in furniture. Yeah, torch lamp. So put a torch lamp over here and like there. And then we want to pot plant. Again, I'm trying to make sure that there's some joy sources in here, or some beauty sources to kind of keep people happy better. And now that I'm thinking about it, I also need to go to... We'll do all that later. But the thing that I need to do is give them some joy period in the morning. Because again, keeping them happy is pretty important, because they will tantrum spiral if I give them the chance. Okay, so let's kick it into high gear here and let them kind of work away. So anyway, it's going to be kind of a big part of this playthrough to kind of optimize a few things. Again, food production, and then as soon as they're done with this area, I'm also going to create another just roofed area for crafting and for work. Now, eventually, all these will become actual rooms, but for now, I want to, again, kind of streamline things so that I'm doing as little extra work as I need to. So we're actually going to just build it. So let's see, the roof collapse is actually, I believe, 6 in any direction. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do that. I think that's how it's going to work. Fine. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So what we'll do, once all these pillars are built, we're going to actually set these all to roof. Now, I've actually got some night owls, so I actually need to pause it here. I just realized that. I've got some night owls, and I think it was Taco Mage was one? Character is a night owl. Psychopath. Is he the only night owl? Prostophobe. Cult. Okay, so Taco Mage is the only night owl. So we actually need to go to his restrict, and we need to invert it. So instead of sleeping... Oops. So instead of sleeping then, he needs to sleep... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he needs to sleep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to sleep then. We're going to move his joy period over here, and then we're going to turn this to anything. So Taco Mage is going to be, again, flipped from everybody else. All right, so we're going to do good there. What's this? Is this slate? That's slate. It's going to be granite. No, sandstone. Okay. Is there any other sources of iron on the map? This is... No, that's not iron. That's slate. The reason I'm looking for iron... That's steel, not iron. Steel. The reason I'm looking for steel is that I'm not going to have a ready source of steel for a while, because I'm going to have no way to turn things into steel for a while. Because I had mentioned that we start off with a much lower... I heard something go on there. We start out with a much lower technology level than in... So... I want to go to orders. I want to cut plants. I want to cut plants pretty much over our entire area, because that... Ooh, not cut plants. I want gather. Where's gather? Slaughter, hunt, tame, claim, cut plants. Where's gather? Did I get rid of gather and now it's just cut plants? Ugh. No, harvest. That's what I want. Because I want to basically harvest all of the strawberries that are in... I gotta do this in smaller. Basically all the strawberries that are close to us, because again, we're going to be desperate for food. Okay, so there we go. So what was I talking about? I completely have lost track of what I was saying. Which is sad, because I'm sure that it was important to some extent. Come on, finish. Okay, so now that that's finished, we can go to architect. And we need to set up zone, and we need to set up a... expand roof area. So we're going to actually create a little roofed area here. This is going to be where all of our initial... what's the word? It's going to be where all of our initial workshop spaces. So it goes 3 past there, and I actually want to put a floor down. So... And it's all... Oh, there's a little bit of smoothing I can do. So we'll smooth what can be smoothed. And then the rest is just going to be wooden floor. So like that. All right. And then the same over here, I want to smooth this area where I can. We'll just make it, yeah, we'll put it like that. We'll take this little bit over here. And then the rest was going to be wood floor, like so. All right, so that'll be nicely floored. That's more of a, I think, a beautification thing more than anything else. I don't think that's actually all that important. And then I also need to expand the roof area over there. So where's our... zone areas, and we can go at least have something done while I'm doing this. We'll expand our roof area like so. All right, so then that'll be good for our standard stockpile. This will be our workshop area, and then we'll have our barracks here. And then once all that's done, we need to start working on some defenses. Because I realized in one of my playthroughs that forgetting defenses too long in this particular playthrough is kind of a death sentence. So we are definitely getting on that sooner rather than later. And I need to make sure that there's a path all the way around. Because as long as they don't send sappers, they won't try to go through a wall. They'll actually path around down to here. Because this is going to be my entryway, and I'll start doing fortifications down there. So I'm just going to go ahead and block off this area with just wood wall. And structure. So we're going to just do a wooden wall like so. And that's going to be basically our way to ferry people around. Now, eventually I'm going to replace this with much better wall and then work on some, I don't know what the word is, work on a contingency plan if they decide to try to go through there. All right, so we got people. Oh, wow, it's already been the half hour. All right, so that's the half hour. We're going to go a little bit further here, but then we're going to call the episode. So we're in, a pretty good spot. They've almost got this all planted. They're about halfway there. I've got berries coming in to help with our food problem. In that, look, if you look over here, all of the food has been eaten. But we've got berries coming in, and once this is finished planting, we're going to be able to start hunting. And there's actually a fair amount of wildlife around here. The thing that is worrying me, though, is that I did see that we have a bear, and that's going to both eat animals that could become food, and it could be dangerous for our colonists. That said, I don't think bears are terribly tough, but I would rather have a gun before I actually go after him. So we're going to have to see if maybe we can chase him away, or if he'll wander away. But that's going to be for later. I also noticed that there's a red fox down here. Foxes can actually turn aggressive towards pets and stuff, and that can actually create a situation where my people would actually attack it and cause problems. So I'll probably end up killing that fox and eating it. I really like foxes in real life, so I kind of hate doing that, but it is what it is. Okay, so our growing zones are coming along. They're getting planted. They're not quite there yet. And I'm not sure what they're all doing here. What are they doing? Oh, they were smoothing the floor. Awesome. All right, so that's actually the end of the second day. I think that's a good place to stop. We should get our first mad animal sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow game day. And then after that, I believe it's the first extra colonist, the 6th person, will show up. And then after that will be our first raid. So we're well on the way here. And yeah, I think I'm feeling good here. And I'm feeling good. Probably undeserved so, but I'm feeling good. But I want to thank you guys for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Later.